How's everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Powell going on the microphone. Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. This is your boy TraderPrad. TraderPrad. But if you guys are ready for this show to get started, why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. God damn it, I'm on the wrong screen again. Hold up, let's redo that. All right, we're here, and it is really dark in here. Let me turn the light on. The darkness is way too much. All right, let's turn the light on. How's everyone doing? Welcome to a brand new episode, brand new week. Here we are, Monday, August 19th. Is 18th or 19th? 19th. Yes, 19th, and tomorrow 24th. Sorry, 20th. What am I talking about? 20th tomorrow. And you know, I just hit the little dabarooskies right before I went live, so my mind is all over the place. But hey, we're here, we're ready to talk about the markets, talk about how our days went today. Obviously my day didn't go so well because I was expecting for the market to pull back, and what did the market do? No pullback, buddy, just straight moonshot. I guess it did wiggle around a little bit off the open, and then later on we got a monster long on the market today. QQQ almost up 1%, S&P 500 almost 1%, S&P 500 only 2% away from all-time highs. 8 days ago, we were 10% away from all-time highs, and now we're 2% away from all-time highs. I mean, isn't it amazing? What a time to be alive on this market, right? I still, however, guys, don't get me wrong, my day wasn't really bad, right? I had a little bit of a red day today, but I some of the stocks that I did want to short, I shorted it. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. Overall, I ended up being red. I'm okay with it. We still got more opportunities coming up for the rest of the day. Sorry, for the rest of the week, and we're gonna prepare for those, and hopefully we smash that and end the week green. Our month is already on a beautiful green note. We have 2 green weeks bagged already. Let's try to bag the 3rd week over here on August into a green side and see what we can do, but we can only do that by preparing for it. And because the market rallied higher, if you didn't like what I had to say yesterday on the market, you're not gonna like what I have to say today on the market even more, because like if the market keeps going higher and higher, the more I'm gonna be ready to short it, right? Only 2% from all-time highs. From 8 days ago, we were almost 10% down, so you know, that's the point. And as as Elvis in the chat said, risk management is key. Exactly. My red day is way too small compared to my good days and my green days, and that's the only thing that matters, right? Make sure that you're making good money on the good days, and when you're having a bad day, when you're losing, don't lose as much, right? Control the amount of money you're giving back, and that way you're just consistently profitable trader. Bang bang bang, keep on bringing in the money, baby. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the market, we're gonna talk about the earnings that reported today. Talking about earnings that reported today, let me open up Benzinga real quick on my second monitor, so we can read the earnings report for PANW. Another stock, FN, reported earnings too. Not sure what they do, but I do like the pop in the after hours that stock got, so we're gonna take a look at that earnings report too. Prepare for some of the stocks that report earnings tomorrow pre-market, such as Lowe's, XPEV, and so on, and you know, talk about a couple other positions out there on the market, such as Palantir, Starbucks, TH. I got something to talk about on Starbucks over there. So we talk about a couple positions across the board, see if they give us more opportunities to keep on making money over here, and bank ourselves a nice Tuesday. So let's get moving to the full screen and get the party going. Here you see at the full screen right now, what should be is the earnings calendar. So we'll go to, hey, look at that handsome gentleman right there. Go make an account on, obviously, what is this, stonks.com. Use my referral link if you haven't already. New promotion going on. You see how they have games over here every single day. So I started making an account when this game happened for Cisco, and I actually made about $2 on this game over here. All you do is predict where the stock price would be around earnings report, and if you get it right, a lot of people, around 100, 300 people, or even 500 people end up getting some money out of the pool of $1,000. So I made some money over here. I didn't make any money here, and today, actually, if you see, if I go here and scroll down, look at that. The top first guest got $125. Let's just close that. Top first guest got $125, but my guess was somewhere in the 200s, I believe. You'll see right here. Bang, 258 was my best guess. I guessed that the stock price would be $364. I was $6.41 away from that guess. I only made 92 cents, and another bet where I was a little bit more off, I made another 92 cents on that. So far I've banked about $4.41, which is good. They have another game tomorrow for keys if you're interested to play that one, but I want to talk about the one happening very soon on Nvidia. Nvidia's reporting next week, Wednesday, I believe, and they are planning to raise the price pool for Nvidia to $10,000. The current price pool for each day is $1,000, and the top guest gets $125. On the Nvidia day, the price pool is going to be $10,000, and the best guess is gonna get 1.25k. Guys, come on, this is insane opportunity. If you don't have a stocks.com account yet, you need to make one. The opportunity over here to make free money, all you have to do is predict where the stock will go to on its earnings report. I mean, come on, that's insane. They are doing a special promotion here just for that Nvidia earnings report. So if you haven't already used this link to make an account, make sure you do so right now and don't miss out. But coming back to our topic on hand, which is stocks that reported earnings today, or the stocks that we care about tomorrow. EL reported today, PANW reported after hours. If you click on this little button over here, you'll see a bunch of other stocks that reported after hours. Ooh, CDU reported after hours. Okay, that one was moving around a little bit today. Possibly could keep an eye on that. I'm looking for on earnings calendar, it says Fabrinet, FN. Low volume on that stock, but I like the pop on it, so we'll take a look at that position. Tomorrow pre-market, Lowe's, Medtronic, and then XPEV. Basically the only three names that I have on my watch list from the names that report tomorrow pre-market. The rest of the week do look like we got some fun names coming in, like Snowflake, Target, Kava, Baidu, Synopsys, Wolf, Zoom. So more names coming on the earnings board. No need to worry about that. And obviously next week, Wednesday, Not only are you gonna get the chance to trade Nvidia on live markets, you can also have a chance to win free money, all by guessing where Nvidia's price point will be at on the earnings report. Absolutely free. So go make an account on stocks.com if you haven't already. All right. We got a lot of people in the chat today, so let me quickly say hello to you beautiful gentlemen and woman, if you're in here too. I see Victoria, so obviously woman. Dieter, Elvis, TH, Victoria. We got Acer and Oliver. 10K price pool for Nvidia next Wednesday. That's right, baby. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys had wonderful days yourself and had a green day. Hopefully you had a green day, unlike me. Unlike me. So the top of my watch list is basically PANW. So we're gonna start off with that stock. This stock in the after hours today didn't really do a whole lot. I guess it did pop up about 2-3% or so, but if you look at this move, it was very choppy. First we pop up, then we go back down, then we rip back up and come back down over here, and eventually the buyers from today managed to prop the stock up, I guess, into the after hours too. Maybe more buyers come in on the after hours based on the earnings report, allowed the stock to keep on getting propped up over here and stay above $350. So decent move, I guess, to the upside, finding some support above today's high for the stock over here on PANW. But why was it so choppy is my question, really. I'm gonna have to go to the earnings report. Shout out to Benzinga for sponsoring this segment. Make sure you go check out the links below in the description to use amazing software such as Benzinga. They have not only tools such as News that I mainly use them for, but you can also use them for charting, for scanning, and all kinds of other fun stuff. They even have a chat room, open side chat. They even have a chat room where expert traders are calling out their trades as they get into it, as they're taking profits. Trading can be a very lonely job, so if you have access to a chat room like this where you can bounce ideas back and forth with experts traders for a very good cost of I don't know exactly how expensive Benzinga Pro is, I'll be honest with you, but for a very cheap cost with the code over there in my link, make sure you go click on that and make use of it. PANW earnings reported financial results for its fiscal fourth quarter after the market closed on Monday. Here's the key look at the metrics. Here's a look at the key metrics. Q4 earnings, PANW reported revenue of 2.18 billion, beating the estimates of 2.162. Okay, so not by much. Company reported earnings EPS of 1.51, beating estimates of 1.41. Expected PANW has exceeded analyst estimates on the top and bottom line for 4 consecutive quarters, which is, I guess, not that big of a deal, but I guess Benzinga feels like it needs to put that point in there for you guys. Total revenue was up 12% year to year, so it is growing year to year. That is a metric that you want to see on any company, not just like growth companies or anything, right? Any company in general, showing you 12% growth year to year is a good thing. Remaining performance obligations grew 20% year to year to $12.7 billion. Next generation security annual recurring revenue increased 43% year to year to $44.2 billion. We finished off the year with a strong execution on our platformization strategy in Q4. As we look forward to fiscal year 2025 and beyond, we are focused on scaling our next generation security business through continued innovation and execution. Palo Alto board authorized an additional $500 million for share repurchase program, bringing the company's remaining buyback authorization up to $1 billion. The buyback program is set to expire at the end of 2025. Palo Alto expects fiscal first quarter revenue to be in the range of 2.1 billion to 2.13 billion versus estimates of 2.1 billion. So I guess they are the low end of the estimate is pretty much the analyst estimates itself. So that's kind of an upbeat. The company expects first quarter adjusted earnings to be between 1.47 to 1.49 versus estimates of 1.43. That's also pretty much a beat over there. Palo Alto also introduced guidance for fiscal year 2025. The company expects full year 2025 revenue to be between 9.1 to 9.15 versus estimates of 9.11. Once again, the same story story over there, and the full year EPS to be between 6.18 to 6.31 versus estimates of 6.19. So that's a little bit of a difference, but honestly, I mean, come on, that's kind of the same story again all over. They're saying we're pretty much going to be in line with estimates or even come past the estimates, as we have been doing so far, exceeding analyst estimates for the top and bottom line for the last 4 consecutive quarters, and we might just continue that story going forward. Another point to keep in mind over here, that you know, PANW's competitor is basically CrowdStrike. Companies like CrowdStrike, who recently caused a lot of turmoil for a lot of companies around the world, right? It braked almost 90% of the world over there with problems in airline industry, problems in hospitals, and so on. They did fix it fairly quickly, right? They did fix it fairly quickly. What I wonder is the possible relocation of resources. How many companies now say, okay, instead of just taking 100% CrowdStrike, how about we split 50-50 into PANW into CrowdStrike? Because they don't want to maybe go to PANW and have the same issue at PANW too, right? So now we could see more splitting of resources, of security, of cloud storages, and so on coming into play. And how much does that really affect CrowdStrike? How much does that benefit PANW? How much does that take away from PANW and maybe give it to other companies out there that kind of still are growing and are not really as big as, you know, CrowdStrike or PANW, but are equal, not really equal, but, you know, somewhat of a competitive level over there that they can fight against. So PANW, you're not going to see that just yet. It's going to take a couple more quarters for those metrics to really dial in and for people to really find out how big of a hit CrowdStrike has taken from this debacle. But until then, as we are playing PANW with just the pure metrics that we have right now, upbeat on EPS for the full year next year, upbeat for the next quarter, beat current quarter, grew 12% year to year, and grew on all other metrics across the board. So looks like the buy that PANW did have overall at the end of the day does make sense. We also broke out of what was a previous resistance around 345 or so, and then even managed to get above that 345 using 350, which was a previous kind of all-time high before the stock broke up and then kind of got smacked down on that earnings report 3 earnings reports ago. So looking to see if the stock can continue finding support above 350. If PANW continues to stay above 350 like it is right now in the after hours over here, there is technically no short. The stock could easily keep on, you know, keep rising up to the north side. This could give some sympathy to CrowdStrike too, in my opinion, because they are the same companies. You always see when Meta reports earnings, Snapchat has an insane rally, but then Snapchat gets snacked right back to the downside. It's actually a pretty good setup over there. Just wait for Meta to report earnings. If Meta reports good earnings, wait for Snapchat to pop up and just short Snapchat. And then if Meta reports negative earnings, just short Snapchat and Meta at the same time and make twice the money. Why not, right? If you have the buying power to do so, and then you can pretty much roll Snapchat into the next day as it's going to keep on dying. And that's the beauty of that stock. Don't tell anyone about that setup. So overall, PANW, the basic idea is if it stays above 350, almost at 250 over there, there is really no short in my opinion in the stock. If the stock is selling under 350, you again have a next level right under around 345. So finding that option to really short this stock will be a little hard because of the amount of buying that we're gonna have to possibly run into. Anyone who bought in these areas are all now being proven wrong. Well, obviously we're proven right. They were proven wrong not too long ago, but now they're happy if they just kind of bag held that position and bought that dip after the stock destroyed along with the market. So nice little rip on the after hour move over here for our good friends on PANW. but 350 is kind of the main inflection point. That's the key level. If that stock is not holding 350 in pre-market, or at least off the open, maybe it actually opens a little bit below 350 and then runs into 350, finds selling and then sells off for you to get short, or even opens under 350, manages to get above 350, holds 350 on the bid, and then continues to rise up to the north side. So that 350 is a very pivotal level for me, very important level, and I would like to see how that plays out in pre-market. Honestly, pre-market, if we are already ripping past 350 to the north side, then that's a pretty bullish indication that buyers are willing to pay for the high price. They're willing to pay for the big bucks. John's in the house. What's up, John? Even Angry Buddha's in the house. What's up, Angry? How you guys doing? What's Ace you're talking about? We're looking at a couple. It was a Friday stream they did. We're talking about, he didn't say for sure, was just throwing out an idea. That would be a great price. I'm interested in watching Muti. Said he was something about maybe doing for Tesla earnings. Yeah, I think he's doing it for Nvidia earnings. 10K indeed. Yes, Acer. 10K, my friend. 10K. Chillin', cheap snap calls popped. Snap going up at the moment. Looks like Snap is up 3%. Hey man, anytime Snap is up, I love it, because it's an awesome short right back down. Anytime Snap goes up, I love it. What was the news for Snap recently? I think someone was gonna... No, that was not... Oh yeah, it was Jim Cramer said the stock is not investable. That was the news, and sadly, I agree with them. I never agree with this dude ever, but I had to agree on that point. I had to. I guess we're both gonna be wrong on that one now. God damn it, Jimmy boy. All right, FN Fabrinet, electric technology, semiconductors. Okay, Fabrinet. Didn't even know that was a semiconductor company. What do you guys do? FN Fortnite, for those of you know. Benzinga. Shares are climbing after the company reported fourth quarter financial results Monday after the closing bell. Here are the results. Fabrinet reported quarterly earnings of 2.41 per share, which beat analyst consensus estimates of 2.24. Quarterly sales clocked in at 753 million, which beat analyst consensus estimates and is a 14.85 increase in sales from the same period last year. Our strong fourth quarter results capped a remarkable fiscal year, representing our fourth quarter in a row of record revenue and record earnings per share, both of which were above guidance ranges. We remain optimistic about our future, with numerous drivers that position us to extend our track record of success into fiscal year 2025. Okay, for the outlook, first quarter revenue to be in the range of 370 to 380 million. We don't see the analyst estimates though, and the EPS to be in the range of 2.3 to 2.4. So kind of let's just compare to what just reported recently. So EPS low end a little bit lower than what they just reported, and the high end lower than what they just reported. So that's kind of okay, question mark. But the revenue, they're going to increase on the revenue a little bit more apparently by the next quarter. So that's pretty much their outlook. I guess the market sees this as a bullish indication. I kind of want to Google a little bit more as to what actually chips does this company make and who do they work with. World-class manufacturing and engineering. Your website doesn't even work, dude. Sure. Can't even optimize a website? Come on, man. Lasers, automotive. We offer full range of foundry services supporting laser products, electromechanical and sensor technologies for the automotive industry, from die attach, wire bonding, and SMT up to full box build assembly. We have the unique capability to support precision electromechanical assemblies, optics, photonics, and electronics integrations in system and consumables, aerospace, industrial. Can we see who you guys actually work with? This website takes forever to goddamn load, man. Okay. So it doesn't actually say what companies directly, but I guess we kind of saw the markets that they provide into. Just a quick little brief outlook on each of those markets. Semiconductor company, I mean, if you take a look at semiconductors right now, SMH had a pretty good day today. Started off hot red. SMH was hot red today, down 1 full percent, but then, boy, oh boy, shout out to, hats off to Nvidia, hitting $130. Hitting $130. So Nvidia kind of rallying the SMH back to positive territory. And I kind of stayed away from that short idea today then, because that would have, you know, just added to my loss. I'm so glad that I didn't try to force the short on semiconductors, because I saw how strong AMD was. AMD obviously had a positive catalyst today. They're going to be buying out a private company for about $4 billion or so, $4.6 billion or something. We'll talk about AMD in a little bit. But you know, semiconductors at the moment pretty bullish. Market very bullish, right? Straight green days in a row. Semiconductors are having a pretty good day. Nvidia hitting 130 today on the dot. Actually closed at 130. That's crazy. There was almost 1 million shares at 130 today, so that's also a big opportunity that we were looking to trade off of. But the fact that Nvidia hit 130, I mean, only $11 from all-time high on Nvidia now. Monster. So FN being a semiconductor name, joining the rally with the semiconductor names for the move back up over here after the great August depression that we just had. Sorry, August recession that we just had. So FN coming back up, and then with the earnings report rallying even more. If I remember correctly, it was about a 5% pop or so. Here's the move in the after hours. Keep in mind, very low volume stock, right? It's a 30-day average of 376,000 shares. That means the spread's going to be really ugly, and it's going to be choppy. It'll be hard to even play momentum on this stock. You got to play, you know, maybe in a swing trader's mindset. Wait for the dips, see if the dips are getting bought. Be ready to give the spread plus more as your risk on this trade. So even getting size into a trade like this is going to be hard. Acer has talked about a stock very long ago, KRUS. This is kind of in that territory in the volume aspect, right? They both trade about the same amount of volume on a 30-day average, and KRUS actually is a way lower price stock, so the spread shouldn't be that ugly compared to FN. So if I'm anti KRUS for a day trade, that I should technically be anti FN also. But this pop is something that I kind of don't want to ignore. You can see how the all-time high is not that far away from today's pop over here in the after hours. Where is that pop's high? That pop high is 257, and the all-time high is around 266, I guess. Yeah, 266 is the all-time high, so they're not that far away. You could get a possible short opportunity from there. You could get a even more explosive move past that if the stock has the move behind it. So lots of opportunities coming in here. I also think the volume will be around 1 million shares by the end of the day tomorrow, giving the stock a little bit of a boost off of this earnings report. We are growing year to year. If I remember correctly, reading the earnings report, let me just quickly glance over it. Is a 14.85% sales increase year to year, and they apparently have been having record quarters back to back. So awesome job for FN. Looking pretty bullish to me. Let's see if dips get respected and we get opportunity to get long on the dips, or do we have to make a decision around the all-time high on the stock. Real quick, going back into the 5-minute chart, I want to mark up this after hour dip area right around 248.90. Let's just say 249 to 250. If the stock shows you buying around 249 to 250 in the pre-market / off the open, looking for a long off of this, giving it about a $2-3 risk to the downside, looking for you know, a $9, $10, $15 move to the upside. Doesn't sound stupid to me at all. So looking for that opportunity over there. Implied volatility goes to nothing on those options. What options are you talking about? Oh, for Snapchat. Gotcha. Right now I hold Ford. Ooh, Acer said he holds Ford, Momo. Momo's gonna love hearing that name, Acer. That's awesome. Tilray, Cruz, and Vale. Okay, I haven't heard that name in so long. Vale, the Brazilian company, eh? Hello? Oh, I'm typing caps lock instead of A. Pretty sure this is a Brazilian company, right? South American ADR? Yeah, I hate this company because I lost really bad on the stock one day. I never traded it since then. I blacklisted this company from my trades because I lost really bad on the stock one day. But hey, good volume for a $10 stock, decent volume. Today's volume was a lot more than the 30-day average, so clearly something in play over here. Went up about 3%, broke out over the most recent lows that I guess you could call it again, the August recession lows August recession highs kind of got above that already. So any pullbacks into that level over there around 1030, 1020, if buyers show up and defend it, you can continue to look long in my opinion. It does not look bad at all for some sort of a reversal back up to $11 or maybe even higher if it has some juice behind it, some juice to get loose and move up. We just talked about FN, which was the second stock that reported earnings today after hours that we mainly care about. But some other stocks that report earnings, which are mainly stocks that report earnings tomorrow pre-market, are going to be Lowe's, MDT, and XPEV. So let's go through some of these stocks over here real quick. Here is XPEV at almost all-time lows. So if this one has a good report, I would expect to get some juice behind it and some possible pops for us to play with. Recently we've seen Rivian had a pretty decent move off of its earnings if I remember correctly. Can't remember if I traded this one on earnings or not. Ford had a pretty good move for the short side, even back to the north side now on Ford. Let's go Ford. Trying to remember what other EV stocks. Obviously Tesla, can't forget Tesla off of this earnings move that this stock had. Bonkers. So if XPEV can give us some plays, will be interesting. But obviously Chinese sector. But saying Chinese sector is almost wrong now because the Chinese sector is actually kind of moving these days. Here's Baba moving again on day 3, I guess, or day 2. JD up another 1%, holding yesterday's high on the pullbacks, which is exactly what you wanted to see to play the long. So here's yesterday's high, kinda. We open a little bit under yesterday's high, hold around this area, get above yesterday's high, and actually break out through yesterday's high, manage to continue go higher, and then just the juice kind of dies down on the Chinese markets after lunchtime usually. That's very, very common. But overall, you can see that the Chinese sector is kind of waking up over here. Oh, my keyboard just reconnected. Chinese sector is waking up over here. So if XPEV can have that extra oomph behind it with the earnings report, we will get that big volume candle for us to play with. Either we can short the rips if the rips are too far high, or we can buy the dips if the rips are not too far high and each one of the dips are getting respected and actually buyers are coming in. So looking for XPEV to show us some good support bases and continue trickling back up on a good earnings report. If we get a bad report, let's play the counter side. If we get a bad report, we're already at all-time lows while the QQQ and the S&P 500, I mean, how far is the QQQ now? QQQ is about 4.5% away from the all-time high, and here's the S&P 500, which is about 1 to 2% away from all-time highs. That's crazy, right? So you know, I'm not gonna expect the stock to crush too far under all-time lows if it actually sells off. The all-time low currently is right around $6.55. If we go there, I'm gonna look for a long. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna look for a long. If we even go into under 650, was it 650? Under 650 to like $6, I am so looking for a long on XPEV. So watching to see how this one plays out first in pre-market off that report. How does a report look like? For those of you who don't know how to read a report, you generally want to see for EV companies the delivery numbers. What did they promise? What did they deliver? What did they produce? What did they promise? What did they deliver? And then the growth on year to year on the revenue. Are they growing? Are they declining? And those going to be the metrics that's going to help the stock either blast off or get chopped down. Lowe's, oh, put Lowe's in the notes instead of here. Lowe's reporting tomorrow. I kind of like the fact that Lowe's didn't really break down in the August recession. So the fact that Lowe's didn't break down too far to the downside, if the report is bullish, this is probably blasting off to the upside. So watching how this one plays. This is in the, however, home category. And the home category, if I remember correctly, hasn't really been that bullish recently. I mean, where's LEN? Okay, I'm wrong. Homes are insanely bullish. Wow. LEN are ripping. Home Depot was the one that had a negative earnings report and kind of sold down. Wasn't that what happened? Nope. Home Depot went up. I didn't trade it, so I didn't know that happened. All right. So why do I remember home being bad? Maybe because I'm thinking about Japan. Maybe because I'm thinking about Japan. So anyways, overall, Lowe's coming out with a report. Didn't really break down too much in the August sell-off. And now we're getting ready to kind of blast off without the earnings report. I think with the report, we might get an even little bit of a bigger move to the upside. Let me actually load in Options AI. And this is actually a little cheat code that I use to play the game on stonks.com. Look, it's legal. For example, the game tomorrow for stonks.com is keys. The fuck, dude? Sign me out of there then. Alright, keys. So I'm gonna go to keys. I'm gonna hit earnings. Where's my... Hello? Where's my expected move? Hello? Okay, they're giving it for lows, but they're not giving it for keys. Why is that? I need it for keys, bro. I need to play this game. Come on. What the hell? But anyways, this is my little cheat trick over here, and it's worked so far, right? Look, if you look at my games that I've played only 3 games so far. Where is it? Does it show right here? So I've spent it on Cisco, on AMAT, and then today I've lost AMAT, but I've won every other one so far. So I'm gonna keep on using this little cheat code, but I can't get it for keys. That's kind of annoying. Dude, stop signing me out. I think it's because I'm signed in at my work computer, so it keeps signing me out over here. That's kind of stupid. Why don't you just sign me out off the computer that I'm signed in, and that way I think it's this computer that I'm signed into. I have 2 work computers. I got to Options AI at the work computer. Oh. Log out. Alright, we logged out. Now we logged in. And you better goddamn give me the price I want. So anyways, let's give you Lowe's information, for example. So for Lowe's, the implied volatility is 51%, and they are expecting a move of 3.9% move on the earnings report. So about a high of 252.69 or a low of 233.73 incoming for Lowe's tomorrow on the pre-market move. So 255 is a little bit lower than the all-time high. If all-time high actually comes into play and the stock is not able to find buyers above this area, then that's going to be an easy short for me on a move back down, right? But if the stock is able to find buying above this area, that's going to open up some even bigger move to the north side on LOW. So watch out for this stock tomorrow in the pre-market. MDT is the other position to keep an eye on. MDT Medtronics, this one's with the 3.7% expected move with a high of $88 or a low of $81.50. Keep an eye out for these ranges. Usually these ranges do come into play, and that's why I use them to make myself some free money, which this fucking company is not giving me the ranges. Come on, I have to do the math myself now. That's gonna be so annoying. Okay, someone do the math for me here. 8.2% of $138.50 to the upside and to the downside, please. Thanks. In the meantime, I'm going to continue down the watch list. Actually, let's take a look at XPEV also. Are they expecting XPEV to go below all-time low? A little bit below all-time low, but not by much. They're expecting it to make a 9.6% move up or down, either to 6.51 cents, $6.50, or a move up to $7.89. So like I said, if we do go to $6.50 or anywhere below $6.50 all the way up to $6, I'm looking for a long. I don't make a guess. I'm a pro. I aim, I shoot, and if I miss the target, I move on to the next target. All right, TH, Mr. Turkey Olympian silver medalist, calm down, okay? Calm down there, sniper. All right, then make an account over here, and let's see how much money you win, buddy. Let's see how much money you win. Gumption guessing 149.85. You have to make the prediction yourself, Gumption. Come on, you got to click the button over here, make prediction, type in your prediction, and hit that price. Oh, you're doing the math for me. Thank you, Gumption. You're awesome, dude. I did not realize that. Okay, let's do it. 149.85. Make prediction. Boom. And what's the low end of that? Let's hear it. And I'll wait for you to type that, and I'll go back and bet that in. In the meantime, let's go to the next stock on the watch list, Zim, the 13% short float stock that I was talking about. Beautiful rejection off that 23 area. Today's high 2370, sorry, 24 area. Today's high 2376. That high was around 2382 to 24. Rejected that beautifully. Let's see if the stock can find buying into today's low, sorry, or if it opens up higher, does it actually find selling once again at today's high for us to be able to look for some sort of for sure, or does it manage to burst through today's high and then rip past that level to look for some sort of a long day two opportunity on Zim. Ideally, you want to see the stock getting above 2250. That's where today's VWAP is, and managing to find buying above 2250. That's kind of the main inflection point. If the stock is able to get above 2250, find buying above that area, then I can see for a move up to 24 and then maybe even past 24. But if we're not able to even stay above 2250, then that inflection point kind of makes me think, okay, we're kind of looking for a short here, possible move into today's low, or maybe even past today's low for a possible gap close, and then the stock goes back higher. The stock does have a decent short float. It's about a 13% short float. So if that short squeeze is in play, then obviously a break past 24 will make the stock go even more bonkers, which will be fun to play with. So ideally, you want to see 2250 holding, getting above 2250, getting into 24, kind of fighting into 24 a little bit, showing us that sellers are coming into play, fighting the buying action and so on, and then we burst through that 24 to prove all the sellers wrong, and not only are the sellers from today wrong, but sellers from previously also wrong, with a 13% short flow, giving the stock a little bit juice to the upside. So Zimmer, that shipment, transportation, storage container company. Let's see if they manage to have a little bit of a continued reversal. Not too long ago, they were struggling. They started having a little bit of a reversal. We talked about the stock a little bit during that reversal. Then it started making a nice little flag over here on the daily chart. It's a pretty wide flag, but it's a nice flag forming, and now we're getting a breakout opportunity possibility coming into play. And if that breakout doesn't come into play, then you got a reversal back down, opportunities to short the pops, opportunities to breakouts on the lows from today for a possible gap close. So tons of plays coming into setup over here on Zim. I'm gonna put in today's low 2130 on the watch. That I am. Another stock that reported earnings today, EL, but I didn't really trade EL at all. EL reported, it did flush down on what seemed to be an okay report, right? They beat EPS, they beat revenue. I didn't really read the report, so I guess that's kind of why I stayed away from trading the stock today. You know, why would I even go ahead and try to make a decision on the stock when I didn't read the report? I guess part of the problem in the decision making was not reading the report to begin with. So I'm kind of not even interested to trade the stock tomorrow unless the market sells off. If the market sells off, then the stock that was weak on its earnings day, while the market was ripping, should have a big sell-off to the downside. But if the market's having a good day tomorrow, then I'm kind of not interested in EL. I'll only be focusing on stocks that are reporting good, the stocks that have already showed strength today and are going to the high side. So I'm just going to put in my notes, only focus if market is going down. Okay. The next one I have in my notes is Palantir. It's actually a stock that I traded. I talked about Palantir on stream with you guys, looking for a possible reversal back down. It still ended up 1 full percent on the day, even though I shorted it. But yeah, gave me a decent short opportunity. I took advantage of it. Here was the opening flush. After the open flush, the stock popped higher, but that pop got sold right back. Once that pop got sold, we did pop back up, but we weren't managing to, you know, go higher and higher and higher. Kind of created a head and shoulders pattern on the 1 minute chart, which is, you know, you don't really try to read 1 minute charts like that, but on the 1 minute chart made somewhat of a head and shoulders pattern. So I started to flex my short a little bit. Was able to ride it back into the day's low. The day's low broke, but after the day's low breaking, we immediately start popping back up. So I closed my trade, walk away from it, which was probably the right call because the stock continues to move back up and actually ends 1% up on the day. So that was my trade on Palantir today. And you know, because the market obviously was pretty bullish, it was surprising, no, I guess not surprising, to see that Palantir rebounded right back up. You can see how we had that level from Friday's low, and Palantir kind of bounced right off of that Friday's consolidation lows around 31.80, moved right back up. So Palantir could potentially have a move into 33 tomorrow if the market looks bullish again. We are going to actually quickly go check out our good friends at Think with Bookmap to see if the market did pop up or did it pop lower. Ooh, Kill Tony, I forgot about Kill Tony. Jordan Peterson, Tyler Fisher, Kim Congdon. Okay, that one's gonna be a hype show. Can't wait to check that one out after today's stream. But here's the S&P 500 market. That's what the tuk-tuks in India sound like, but that's also what the ticker tape over here on Bookmap sounds like. ES obviously very much sideways, tried to go higher, got stuff back down, and now we're kind of moving a little bit lower. Let's quickly go check out what NASDAQ looks like. What the fuck? Come on, NASDAQ. What do you look like? Pretty flat on the NASDAQ too, so might have to wait for a little bit of the overnight markets like the Japan, China markets and so on to see how they end up helping us either go higher or lower, or maybe we just open flat and then the market itself needs to decide what it wants to do, because sadly no real economic events tomorrow. However, coming back to Palantir, I'm still going to be kind of looking for the short, but at the moment with how the candle is setting up on Palantir, it's pretty bullish, so it won't be hard to look for the long either, right? So no real bias on this position, kind of like what I said with Starbucks yesterday, and I'll show you how I traded Starbucks next. No bias on Palantir. I want to see the stock show me a proper pattern into Friday's high or into today's high. Show me that there's no buying into these areas, then I can look short, or get under 31.80. Then that really cements the short idea for me, because we can move to the downside. But if we continue staying above 31.80, kind of battle between this area, create somewhat of a flag over here, consolidation between these two prices, then that breakout of that area could also be a juicy play out in the next week, or even in the current week. Let's see how Palantir sets up for the next few days for ourselves. Next stock, Starbucks. And this is how I traded Starbucks today. So I did mention, it's going to be hard looking for the short on Starbucks, so that did not allow me to get short off the open. Off the open, as the stock continued to get crumbled upon, I saw the little hold coming into play, so I did get long, and I set my stop and I moved on from it. But later on, the stock flushes into that $93, which was basically the level that we had mapped out. We were able to cast that real long into 93, right and up into VWAP, almost into $94, at which point more selling pours into this position. And now I'm just watching the stock. Yeah, I could have gotten short right here, but I figure, this is almost like a trap. It goes lower and it pops back up. That's what I'm thinking, and it does exactly that. It goes lower and then immediately pops back up, and I'm thinking, oof, I saved myself from a big headache over there. If I shorted VWAP over here, yeah, I would have made a little bit of money, but I would have been trapped on the move back up, probably fought that short a little bit harder, and then maybe even get stopped out in a stupid area because I'm getting emotional on this trade at that point, right? So I figured I'm not going to make a decision, and once that pop comes in, I'm literally wiping my sweat going, ooh, we saved ourselves over there some damage because we made a good amount of money on this stock. Eventually, that pop gets smacked right back down, and now we're right back into that 93 area and kind of consolidating into 93. We're having a little bit of a fight. The buyers are fighting, the sellers are fighting, and you can see the sellers basically moving their orders lower and lower as the stock is creating lower highs, even on the 1 minute, as we keep grinding into that 93 area. So I figure, okay, if we actually break 93, which was the level that we had mapped out, this stock has somewhat of a little bit of a pocket to the downside all the way up to 91.50 that it could play out on a swing scale. Below 91.50, it could go all the way back down to $86, $87 for somewhat of a retracement idea. So this could end up being a swing trade for most people, and the only way the swing traders would be scared is if it reclaims the 93 area, right? So the 93 does not get reclaimed. I'm able to stay short, pretty much wait for the pop, and even on the pop I could have reloaded over here. I kind of missed my entry on the reload, so I stay away. I don't chase the entry, I stay away from it. On the consolidation again, I get some shares out, but I add those shares right back because, hey, now we're properly under 93. We're not able to get above 93, which was a very significant level on the daily chart. Even on the hourly chart, if you look at the stock on the hourly chart, very significant level on the hourly chart over there. Okay, there you go. So getting under that 93, you can see how now we basically turn 93 into a little bit of a resistance on the hourly chart itself, and getting ready to maybe get under 92 tomorrow, go to 91.50, maybe even get under 91.50 for a full ATR move if the whole market pulls back. If the whole market pulls back, this one will have some real juice to the downside, which will have some fun for the swing trader. Sadly, I am not a swing trader, so I can't hold my shorts overnight. And Starbucks eventually did manage to pull off a beautiful short on there. Later on in the day, I try a nice second attempt for a short, which doesn't really work out, so I take a little bit of a loss on that and I move on this position. So that's how I traded Starbucks. Like I said, originally very, very biased to the short side because I think that the CEO news was bullish, but not as bullish as the market claimed it to be. So I was extremely bearish. However, yesterday I mentioned I'm not going to have a bias. I'm going to let the stock speak to me. I let it speak to me around the key level, 93. It spoke to me for a long. It spoke to me for a short. Sometimes trading is really that easy, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to make it harder than that. Wait for the key levels. Sometimes you get impatient, right? You get a little impatient. You don't wait for the key levels and you start trading in between. And that's where some people get chopped up. They get chopped up and they get angry. Then they say, oh man, I had that level in my notes. Only if I had waited for my level. Only this, only that. Do it. Make it happen. Make your reads around these key levels and see how much cleaner your trading will be overall in general. So 93 was that key level for me on Starbucks. On any pops into 93, I'm going to continue looking for that short. That's now the hourly high. Basically, the high of this candle is 92.95. The high of this candle 92.77, 92.89. So 93 is at this point the key resistance on Starbucks. If we can't get above 93, the shorts are going to be very happy. Anyone who got shorts in these areas are going to be very happy because they are expecting a gap close, a bigger move past $90 to the downside. But if we do reclaim 93, these shorts are scared. They are going to be pissing their pants. They're going to have to go change their diapers. So watch out for that explosive move if we do reclaim that level on Starbucks. Now here's another stock that I was extremely wrong on, and I lost quite a bit on this stock today. This was my biggest loss. SE. Boy, oh boy, the stock just keeps on going. So I kind of forced the short a little too hard off the open into yesterday's lows. I gave up on that short fairly quickly, but this was my biggest loss. However, I failed to recognize the long later on. Eventually, the stock reclaimed Friday's VWAP, held Friday's VWAP, reclaimed Friday's high, held Friday's high on the pullback, and just rallied with the market. So SE, Malaysia, Singapore, whatever you are, gaming, mobile gaming company, hats off to you guys, because this is now a 50% move in 10 days. I was just talking to, some of my family members recently. Instead of buying a house in Canada for like, $1 million, just rent. Just keep paying 2K, 3K a month, and take that money that you're gonna spend $1 million to buy a house, and just wait for these dip opportunities on the market, and just go buy Nvidia, go buy S&P 500, go buy QQQ. In 10 days you're making 50% of $1 million? When are you ever making that? You're beating everybody and everything out there just for doing that. I mean, Nancy Pelosi made ridiculous amount of money buying Nvidia over the weekend, I believe, or not too long ago. Doesn't make sense to spend $1 million to buy a house in Canada anymore, right? Just keep paying rent and put that money in somewhere that appreciates 10 times quicker. Obviously, events like these are very rare. This just happened to be one of those blue moon events, as TH was talking about today being a blue moon, and how I could blame my chest losses on the blue moon today. This is a blue moon event, right? But boy, oh boy, imagine the people who actually did that. SE, however, monster move again. As I said for the last few days now, the higher the stock goes, the better the short, in my opinion, right? The higher we get, the juicier the pullback, because right now the Bollinger Bands on the stock, if you were to add them, are probably gaping wide. That's right, I said gaping. And the pullback is going to be nasty on this position. Anyone who bought the highs is not going to be able to sustain the pullback, and that's going to create that's going to make the pullback volatile. And that's why I put the smile on my face. I don't know if the stock is ready for the pullback yet, for the fact that it held 80 on the run up and then continued to go past 80. So I don't know if this stock is ready yet. Maybe giving it a couple more days or two to marinate in its own hype sauce that's got going, and then get ready to kind of bring it back into reality. So watching SE for a couple more days, let it marinate on its own hype, and then we'll play. NU, the next position, another stock. 1450 was a level that we were looking for, but I kind of ignored my own setup, which is look for the dip into 14 and see if it gets respected, and that actually happened. So right here, the stock dipped into 14 multiple times and actually respected 14, and it started going. This is very similar to what it did Friday. Very similar to, nope, that's pretty much it. Very similar to what it did Friday, right? Dips into the key levels, holds, and then rips. Dips into the key levels, holds, and then rips. So if we once again dip into what, 1437, hold, there could be another rip potential on NU. So watching this stock again, but if you look at it on the daily, didn't get it. God damn it, I have to fucking kill this fly one day, dude. NU, if you look at it on the daily, this is insane, ladies and gentlemen. This is insane, right? But you can say that about a lot of stocks currently. I think this could take a couple more days. It could hit 15 and find that barrier, and then pull back into 14 and find some supports. At the moment, it's got some juice. Let the juice pour in. So if it keeps on holding the dips like it held today and Friday, that pattern could be very repetitive. It could be easily repeated. So watch to see how those dips behave on this stock. Right now, I think that dip shouldn't go much lower than 1435. Was that the level that I have just mapped out? Right around here. Yeah, 1435. I don't think it should go too much lower than that. But then right under 1435, you have 1430, which is exactly last week's high, which is Friday's high, right? So you could also lean up to 1430 if you're interested to see how the dips all the way up to 1430 hold. If the stock is not holding 1430, then I think we pull back all the way back to maybe 14 or even under 14, but the stock's ATR is 50 cents, so I don't think you should be expecting more than 14 in an intraday move. Maybe if you're looking for a swing term scale, that could be a whole different perspective, but I'm not a financial advisor, so I will never even talk about that for you guys. NU, pretty interesting move off the earnings. I was very bullish on the stock for the last few days, but now it's going to be hard to get bullish on any stock for me. Any stock. I have a couple small cap stocks I want to talk about. I guess not really small cap, but in the realm of small cap. The first one, ASTS. I guess a lot of the world was looking for 33 to 34 short. That didn't work out. I kind of forced the 33 to 34 shorts, and it didn't work out. I stepped away from it. What an insane stock, running up into the close, probably running up into the after hour too. Yep, that's correct, Prad. You got it. Ding, ding, ding. Correct. So running up into the after hours too. Tomorrow, the stock could open up maybe into $42, $50 or something, and then actually have a big sell-off opportunity. So right now, ASTS is in the cuckoo territories. It's obviously one of the higher priority names for tomorrow, without a doubt. The small cap names are kind of going crazy at the moment. Another one over here to point out, CING. So if CING holds the dips like it is looking like it wants to on the hourly chart, as long as CING stays above 1150, I think there could be another explosive run up to the upside, and making the shorts feel the pain. Burn the shorts, make them feel the pain, and have another explosive run up. But if we're not able to stay above 1150 tomorrow, then I think CING shorts are about to start singing you know, the fat lady's going to start singing for the shorts, and we're going to start getting some payday opportunities for the short opportunities on CING. Another small cap name, GOVX, GovX. This one is a monkeypox name. It's Still up 1.27% somehow. And another one I think is APDN. I'm not sure if this one is a monkeypox name or not, but this one has kind of been in play today too. So small cap names, without a doubt, add them to your watch list. If you don't know how to trade small cap, I don't know how to trade small cap too well either. Kind of maybe trade them on the paper account. You don't have to go and actually risk real money and lose that money for no reason, right? So maybe go trade them on a paper account, understand how the moves happen on stocks like these positions over here, get familiar with those moves, and then once you get more comfortable, then you can go and attack these on the real live market. I would not suggest going in and just free balling it on small caps if you're new to the stock market, if you're new to trading in general. But lots of small caps over here coming into play. CLOV, Clove. I haven't heard that one in a while. Okay. Clove is kind of going up over here on the hourly chart. Let's go to the daily chart, see what that looks like. Oh my god, land of the small caps. Land of the small caps, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Clove might be another one to kind of watch. Look at that big move. I mean, it's been running up for the past few days. Big move today. Tried to get sold off, didn't sell off, and it held. This looks like it's got even more juice to the upside, so why don't I just add to the watch list here. It didn't really have that much volume compared to some of these other stocks. Like, look at APDN, right? APDN's floats 10 million, it traded 231 million, whereas Clove's float, if I remember correctly, last time was around 50 million. Way more than 50. 300 million, and you know, it only traded 28 million of its floats rotation. So looking for the short squeeze is not really the name of the game here. Yeah, it has an 8% float, but a stock whose float is only 10 million and it's traded 200% of its float. Did I get that number correct? If I didn't, who cares? That's trading way more repetition of its float. There's going to be a lot of people caught offside, a lot of people who are wrong, and when they're wrong, those stops are going to burst, right? People are trading way more size than the stock actually has. So it's going to be an insane explosive opportunity, either to the upside or to the downside. Let's see how this one sets up for the next few days. However, Clove is on the watch list. Some Chinese stocks maybe to watch: Baba, JD. They recently reported earnings, and next few days we got Pinduoduo and Baidu reporting, so those are going to be fun names to continue watching, and maybe those names add some juice to these names. So keep a watch for the Chinese sector. Obviously we have tomorrow XPEV. Not really thinking that XPEV is going to add juice to JD or Baba, but XPEV, another Chinese name to watch. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, it's the QQQ, S&P 500, and the MAG 7. So QQQ looks like it could easily go to that little peak high, which is right around, what, 484, 484.50. We're around 481 at the moment on the QQQ. However, the market did pretty much trade sideways right now in the after hour session for the futures. S&P 500 also trading pretty much to the sideways. I kind of don't want to keep singing the same song because I feel like you guys will get bored of it, but guys, this is insane. This is kind of nuts. Not expecting a market short, but I also don't know. Are we going to break all-time highs? Are we really breaking all-time highs? I guess it sets up perfectly for the September FOMC decision where you know, they're going to cut interest rates. Right? So I'm at loss for words. I feel like Michael Burry, 100% probability. Wait, what? That we're not getting a rate cut. What? How did that change? What happened? If you guys don't know why I'm confused, we were at a 70% probability that we're getting a rate cut. Now we're at 100% probability that we're not getting a rate cut on the market at all. Now I think we're not breaking all-time highs. Or maybe the fact that the market's pricing in they're not rate cutting is bullish now all of a sudden, because the economy is actually not that great, and they're going to continue trying to holding the interest rates longer to fight inflation. What the hell is going on? Greg Gavin said today that Powell is doing a 50 beeps cut announcement at Jackson Hole Symposium, which I believe starts on Wednesday. Goes to Thursday and Friday, all the way into Saturday also, or maybe starts on Thursday. Sorry, starts Thursday, goes into Friday, Saturday, a 3-day event, Jackson Hole Symposium. But right now, what we have is a probability, and usually these probabilities are pretty accurate, but they also move pretty violently, right? As clearly we saw last week, or maybe a few days ago, this wasn't a 75% probability that we're getting a 25 beeps rate cut, but now we're getting a complete different measure from the CME tool website. But let's see if the Jackson Hole Symposium kind of changes that. We have FOMC minutes on Wednesday. We have the 20-year bond auction on Wednesday. We have the 30-year bond auction on Wednesday. So lots of 30-year tips, sorry, not bond auction. 30-year tips on Wednesday. I thought we had 30-year bond auction too. No, we don't, I guess. But these two events most likely we'll see what happens. An FOMC minutes is going to be a clear indicator if the rates are going to be cut, or if they're going to be raised, or if they're going to be held. But now my mind is kind of shifting. I mean, look at this rally, and those numbers are changing almost in a bearish way for me. So it kind of makes me get ready for the short trigger more if the opportunity sets up, because when it does set up, it's going to be explosive. It's going to be explosive. Anyone who bought as a swing trader in these upsides is going to be a paper hand and a weak hand. They're going to easily dump shares as soon as we move down. But right now, because the market is just continuing its trend of breaking previous days highs and not breaking previous days lows, they are feeling good about themselves. Their greed is high. And one thing the market always teaches you is when greed is high, be scared. And when fear is high, be greedy. Be greedy when fearful, and be fearful when greedy, right? So right now, these guys are greedy in my opinion. So once the fear kicks in, they're going to be running around looking for the exit door. And I'll be there providing liquidity for their exit. Liquidity provider, baby. Liquidity provider. Breaking, Jerome Powell will mention that the Fed is open to cutting rates by 50 beeps by this Friday at the Jackson Hole Symposium per Evercore. Open to. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's still a pretty decent... Open to, I guess, is still a good word to use. Open to. I mean, I just want to look for shorts now. Apple is the only thing that kind of did not take out Friday's high. Pretty bullish candle overall today, but did not take out Friday's high. Here's Amazon that did not take out Friday's high, but pretty much ran into Friday's high. Tesla was pretty bullish today. Nvidia was monster bullish today. Ran into a big level that had about 1.8 million shares sitting on it. And not sure if we churned through that level in the after hours or going into the close, but that level was, printing quite a bit. So 130 will be on watch tomorrow. If we're able to take out 130, then it is what it is. Not much that we can do there, but honestly, not expecting the market to continue rallying the way it is. Looking for some pullbacks. I'm pretty sure I've said this every single day to you guys, and most of you guys are probably annoyed about me saying that, but hey, I'm gonna keep saying it until it happens. But with this rally, we're only 1% away from all-time highs on the SPY. Rest in peace to the August recession. Amazing opportunities for the bulls. Congratulations to all the bulls. Let's see if the Bears get a little snack thrown for them tomorrow or somewhere during this week. Let's see if they get a little snack thrown for them to chew on. So they can cut but not charge the bucket on the site. So they can cut but not change the bucket on the site. What does that even mean, Gumption? I think the reason it looked like that for Fed rate is they are at 5.5 and people are thinking that they'll cut to 5.25. The range on the site was 5.25 to 5.5, but that's how they do it though. That's how they do it, 5.25 to 5.5. They were expecting the 5 to 5.25, but and the probability numbers was, look, 1 day ago right here, you can see at the bottom, 1 day ago, 75% probability that we're gonna get a 25 beeps cut, and a 25% probability that we're gonna get a 50 beeps cut. But now, I'm gonna just post this in my work company chat just to show people how these numbers change over day. Come on, Google Chat, open up, stop being so laggy. Google Chat is one of the most piece of shit softwares out there. It's so laggy. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's super laggy. Super laggy. Alright, so mainly looking for pullbacks. A lot of stocks that pulled into Friday's high, and if they continue showing me rejection into Friday's high, like Amazon, Apple, look for the pullbacks on those positions. Google, not really a stock I like to day trade at all. It did break out from this little high also, so I don't think the shorts are really a good idea on Google, even if the market pulls back. Microsoft, also not a stock I'm that interested to day trade, but it's got a same high for the last 3 days, so if the high gets respected again tomorrow, there could be a short over there for you to pull off. And then obviously QQQ and the S&P 500, watching how the market moves every single day, without a doubt. How are you even trading without the market, without even watching how the market's moving, right? Don't ever make that mistake. You gotta have a barometer to know what the market is doing and see if your trades are kind of moving with the market or against the market. That's a read in itself. That kind of tells you, is the stock stronger than the market, weaker than the market? And if it's stronger than the market, then you kind of just do what the stock is doing. But if it's you know, strong with the market, then and weak with the market, then you kind of want to use the market as a nice little barometer, as a gauge to you know when to back out, know when to go harder, and so on. And that right there is going to be, I never looked at this shit, what the fuck. Yeah, I look at this shit almost every day, brother, almost every day. For example, 1 week ago we were at, or sorry, 1 month ago, we were at 94% probability that we're gonna get a 25 beeps cut, right? 1 week ago, we were at a 50% probability. 1 day ago, it was at a 75-25, and now we're at 100. So I don't know what changed in the metrics, and these numbers are very accurate as to what the Feds are actually going to do. The market also prices themselves off of these numbers, so it's always good to see these numbers going into FOMC dates. FOMC date obviously a little far away, almost a month away now. Almost a month away for FOMC, so these numbers can continue changing, as you can see how often it changes, and it'll be interesting to see where it sets into going into that date. How does the FOMC minutes set up on Wednesday? How does Jackson Hole Symposium set up? Did Gurgavin get it right? So a lot of questions over here to be answered until that FOMC date. But basically, that's all she wrote for today's stream. IPO calendar dead. WRD, I think, got postponed to August 20th. So we'll wait till that day for that stock to show us if it's going to IPO or not. But as you guys can see right here, looks like the date has moved from what should have been August 16th to now August 20. Wait, that's tomorrow. So I guess we're adding this to the watch list for tomorrow. to see if it actually sets up. Adding it to the watch list. Bang, done. IPO, WRD, Waymo, kind of like a Waymo company. The growth is going down on the stock, down 23% year over year. So mainly looking for shorts. The higher the stock goes, the more I want to short the shit out of it. It's only a 6 million float though, so be a little careful on that side. Be a little careful on that side. Yes, sir, Gumption. Tomorrow, indeed. Make sure you remind me, and I'll make sure I remind you, okay? Make sure you remind me, and I'll make sure I remind you, so we don't forget, because I forgot on Friday. That one would have been painful if I missed that stock. I would have been so angry at myself if I missed that stock on Friday. All right, what are we looking like on stocks.com? Did you do me that the other side, Gumption? What's the other side of 138.25 to the downside? Why aren't they giving me the goddamn... Oh, there we go. Was it 8.2? It was 8.2. 149.88, 127.12. So let's put that one in. 127.12. Was that right? Yeah, 127.12. Now I have 25 entries left. Once again, I just want to remind you guys the brand new promotion going on with these guys over here on stonks.com. If you sign up using my referral link, or anybody's referral link, but I would appreciate you using mine, you and I both get 25 points each. And on top of that, the NVIDIA price pool, like for example, right now you see it says Keysight price pool $1,000. The NVIDIA price pool is $10,000. Every day you have a potential opportunity to win $125. For example, look at this person over here. Oops, calendar. Oliver, if you're here, this is a bug, eh? I mentioned this on Discord. I'm not sure if they reported it to you. Sometimes like for example, if I hit your bids only, I get hit with this screen for some reason that I don't really want to see. But here you can see how I won some money on the Cisco game. I came 16th and 415th. Why am I getting this earnings call? I came 16th and 415th on the prediction over here. So that gave me about, where is it, $1.29 and $1.29. So I got $1.29 twice for both my predictions. Awesome, I'll take it. On the AMAT one, I didn't really win anything. I got $0 and I came 1,581 out of 2,000 predictions. Out of 2,000 predictions, I came 1,581st. I only put in one prediction. I don't want to use too many tickets. You only get about one ticket every day. But on some, for example, if you go to game and if you click over here, on day 5 you actually get 2 tickets, and after 8 days these reset, so you can keep on racking your tickets, save up your tickets maybe for that NVIDIA opportunity. If you go on NVIDIA day, use all your tickets on NVIDIA, make as many bets as you want on NVIDIA for a chance to win that $10,000. Well, you're not going to win full 10K. You're going to win about 1.25K because as you can see right here, the price pool is $1,000 and the top guest wins about $125. And look at this. The guy who was first spot also came 5th. He also came 7th. He also came 9th and 12th and 14th. So he basically won around 126th and 30th and 36th, 38, 49, 53, 60, 68. Bro, how many bets did this guy make? How many bets does buddy make over here? But basically won about 180 bucks or so. Bro went in, 100% went in. Made about $180 or so. And you know, you can cash this account out. You can cash out that money. You can also go to the leaderboards. How do I go to the leaderboards? Game, leaderboard. I forgot how to check the leaderboard. Got that already. I did this already. Following. Do I get more entries? Oh, error claiming. I tried to scam. I tried to scam some some tickets over there. Thankfully, leaderboard is under your profile. Okay, thank you. Profile. There you go. Now I remember seeing this leaderboard. So if you go to leaderboard, look at this. This guy has won about $1,000 in total, right? Out of how many ever competitions they've played, they made about $1,000. Isn't Eddie a staff member? You're telling me a staff member won $351? This is rigged, dude. I better not see other staff members in here. Here's Browns. He basically made all of his money today. Browns basically made all of his money today. And now he is sitting pretty in 18th spot. Eddie scamming the system over here. I am making 350 extra boku dollars in his pocket that you know, he probably would have. Staff can't cash out. Oh, so what's the point in them even playing? That's taking money away from users. Staff should not be able to play then. Come on. Staff should be blocked. Or their prize pool should be rolled to the next winner under them. Come on, that's 350 bucks that someone else could have had. That's crazy. Jason, 185 bucks. Jason, that's another staff. Yo, I'm catching you guys red-handed over here, scamming your own system. Murthy, the CEO, scamming the own game himself. I see you guys, bro. I see you guys. Ali getting 72 bucks. Where's the rig button? Where's the rig button? I mean, hey guys, at the end of the day, you have an opportunity to win free money. We don't know how long these games are gonna keep on being offered. These are basically, I'm guessing, an opportunity for or a way for them to bring people into the website, kind of bring more eyes to the website and so on. So if you don't sign up to this website and take advantage of these free money making opportunities now, you might not be able to later on when this website's already blowing up and it's the go-to financial streaming website out there. Anytime anyone wants to watch a financial stream, they're most likely going to go to stonks.com instead of Twitch or YouTube or something, right? So don't be late. Join the website. Use my referral link. We're going to have a lot of fun over here on this site. For tomorrow, I already have 2 of my predictions placed in already for keys. I think I can see my predictions somewhere. There you go. My predictions, 127 and 149.85. Let's see if actually I'm going to make 2 more predictions tomorrow right before 350 or so. Right around 350, I'll make 2 more predictions for key site. And let's see if I make more money. So far, I made $4.41. And ladies and gentlemen, that's basically all she wrote for today's streaming. Hopefully you enjoyed what we had to talk about. Some good levels were mentioned. Some good stocks were brought up. Very excited for tomorrow. Very excited for this potential short opportunity the market's going to give me. Not sure when that's going to happen, but whenever it is, I'm going to try and take advantage of it. Until then, I'm going to maybe not try to force the short too much and just play the levels that I have on stocks, right? Forcing the short on the market might be a little stupid because the way the market's trading at the moment, it's got way too much power. Market's insane. So shout out to the bulls. But when the short is coming into play, I'm going to be ready to take advantage of it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed what we were talking about. We're going to talk more about stocks tomorrow at 8 o'clock, Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m., Sunday, 6 p.m., right here on stonks.com/TraderPrad. Thank you for joining me. We had a lot of fun today. Good luck tomorrow and have a great rest of your night. That's it. Goodbye. Peace. Bless up, says Soze. Where have you been this whole time, Soze? No more chess. Bro, it's 9:30. I was gonna play chess, but it's 9:30. I kind of want to call it a night. I'm tired a little bit. I want to go to bed a little early because always I sleep at like 12 o'clock. I always say I want to go to bed early. I never go to bed early. I kind of want to play a video game before I want to go to bed. That's technically what I want to do. So that's what I'm going to do. No chess today. Taking a break from chess. I'm mentally burnt out from chess. We'll come back to chess in a couple of days or weeks. You know, give it a break. Let me miss it so I can come back and love it. If I don't miss it and I keep trying to forcing to love it, I'm gonna hate it. So let me miss it a little bit so I can learn to love it, learn to miss it, and we're gonna have more fun when we come back again. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow and have a monster day on the market, up or down, whatever direction it goes to. Thank you for joining me. See you guys on the next stream. TraderPrad out. Adios.
The watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna bring in my big screen over here. Back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day. So let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow. As you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.